All right, good morning, everybody. All right, so I have a couple things in play right now. So I am long the natural gas. Let's take a look at natural gas, and then I'll tell you the stocks that I'm in. I am long natural gas. Target on my natural gas. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, so I'm long. I have a target on natural gas at 26.65. 26.65 reversal. If I don't hit my target of 26.65, I'm going to reverse at 25.45. All right, looking at stocks, I got JDS. I'm in JDST again. I am long JDST. First target is going to be up here around 848, 849. Then I have another target of 852 up to 860 and up to 869. So we'll see. If we start to stall around target number 1, I may take profit. We'll just wait and see what happens after it hits the first target. Where did I get in on this? I'm in on JDST at 844. 844 is at 840. Right now we're sitting at, actually no, I did not get in at 8. Yeah, I did. I got in at 844. We're sitting at 843. I also am in VRAX. VRAX. Got in the VRAX at 154. And we're sitting at 153. All right, so long VRAX. First target, VRAX. Is going to be, let's see, 163 up to 167, and then up to 170. All right, long JDST, long VRAX. And those that like to trade commodities, which I love, natural gas, I am long the natural gas. Looking at the indices, looking at the mini Russell, I don't have anything on the mini Russell. Gold, I don't see any pattern setting up on gold. Let's get these in here. Gold. Now, gold is heavily down right now. I don't have anything on gold. I also like to keep an eye on the mini NASDAQ, which is NQ. I don't have anything on the mini NASDAQ. All right, VRAX is starting to move, so I want to keep an eye on VRAX. VRAX up to 158. Once again, 163 is going to be target number 1. Okay, went through 163. I don't know why that alert should have gone off. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with Thinkorswim. Every once in a while, their alerts do not trigger for some reason. Anyway, 163 is done. All the way through to target number 3, already hit 170. I'm not so sure that's a valid spike or not, but it shows that it went up to 172. JDST starting to move a little bit. Still in JDST. Target number 1 is around that 48, 49. I want to keep an eye on VRAX so I can manage this trade. I'll look to take profit somewhere up here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see what this does here. I'm going to go ahead and take my profit on VRAX. Get out of VRAX. JDST, still holding on the JDST. Let's manage JDST. JDST, I've been playing JDST for the last few weeks. JDST's been really good. Just a really good little stock. So let's see if we can't get up to some of these targets here. JDST, long JDST. Okay, some of the other stocks I'm looking at. VSTX. I had some nice trades pre-market, but I did not, I was not here to catch that. UNCY. Big mover the other day. I don't see it on UNCY. A lot of interest in it for sure. You've got almost 4.5 million shares. Tight spread on the bid and the ask. Possible entry on UNCY would be up here at 155. 155. And I'm going to mark that as yellow. And that would be an entry, 155. I'll put alert in. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll put alert in. 155. All right, JDST is starting to move, so let's watch JDST. JDST coming up to level 1. Hey Glenn, how you doing? Yeah, everything's going great in Texas. I think we're going to be in the middle 70s today. Middle 70s, sunny, nice, low humidity. All right, let's check on our natural gas. Still on the natural gas. If we can dip down to a good area to either put on a new position or for me to add would be somewhere around this 25.85 area, somewhere in here. $25.85, still long though. Entry was 26.25. Target 26.65. Okay, JDST slowly moving up. Watching for that target. We are out of VRAX. Just want to check on that. Yeah, that was a good idea to get out of that. After it hit level number 1. Well, it shows that it blew through level 3 twice. So I did get out, so I'm out on that, but it hit all 3 levels. So usually when I have these clusters, now these green lines here, these levels are done by a formula that I learned about over 30 years ago. I didn't come up with it, but it's this was designed by a very successful day trader, and it's not something publicly available. It's something he designed. If you want to know more about it, there is a link below this video where I go into a little bit more about how it works and the process behind it. And this is, but then I have I have several patterns that I look for to get set up on different time frames. And so each one of these levels have another pattern that is set up, that once the pattern gets set up, then Einstein will give me levels of what to look for that particular pattern. So that's why you see, but every single one of these patterns, or every single one of these green lines that you see here, have a probability of hitting over 70%. Over 70% before a reversal. Okay, so like on VRTX, I had a stop down here, which is no longer valid because we're out of there, so we're going to get that out of there. So very high probabilities we're going to hit our target before we hit our stop. Now, two ways you can do the stops. You can stop in reverse, then Einstein can recalculate, or you can just get out. And in this case, we just get out because we want to be just buyers here with these stocks. Now, when I'm trading indices, commodities, I love selling. If I'm trading Forex, I love selling. I love selling. It's probably one of the things that I do well at is becoming a seller. I love selling. I used to sell stocks, but the problem with selling stocks is a lot of times it's really hard to borrow. And you can do quite well if you like selling, particularly with Einstein. But here we're just going to focus on buys. Okay, JDST is looking good. You can see it's coming up to our target. I think it already hit. Yeah, it hit target number 1. It's already hit target number 2. Yeah, so that was that target up there was 852, 852. Next one up is 860, and then 869. So once again, just like I did on VRAX, I'll watch and see how we act around here, around these levels. What's going on with our volume? Look at this. What happened to the volume down here? Something must be wrong with Thinkorswim. I'm not seeing any volume being plotted down here at all. It's kind of weird. Is it so low that you can't see it? Very strange. I mean, I know the overall volume on JDST is not real big. I mean, we're only looking at 35,000 right now shares, which is really light. But JDST has a tendency to really start picking up here, so that's why I'm in it and playing it here. All right, what else is on the radar? I don't see. WW was one that I was watching. I mean, it was really active. It was really active pre-market, but the volume's not bad. 700,000. The bid-ask spread, I mean, it's only a penny, so I like that. I'm just not getting any pattern setting up right now, so I don't see anything there. All right, so if you're watching us for the very first time or you're coming back, thank you for joining us this morning. Once again, you can help me out by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell as well. So if I send out any new videos, you'll be the first to be notified of that. But I do this every morning. I do it, it's open to the public as a way of just demonstrating my approach to trading that I've used over, I've been a 40-year trader. Einstein I've been using for 30 years. Actually, it's a little bit more than 30 years now. It's about 32 years. and about 37 years using the patterns. And the first 5 years of my career, I was heavily involved in doing a lot of analysis. So that's why I don't use indicators. Particularly you're a short-term trader, indicators are too lagging. The only thing you're going to see up here is this purple line. Now this purple line here is what we call VWAP. And it's a study, it's not an indicator. And the reason I look at it is I don't use it to make a trading decision. I like to see what the public is looking at, because probably one of the most popular stocks is VWAP. So I just like to see, where we may see a lot of orders. So if I'm projecting, let's say that I'm projecting up into VWAP, right? But maybe I have a target above VWAP. So I would, and say I have several targets, I may wait because we may have a rush of orders coming in and maybe I can get up to target number 3. So that's why I look at VWAP. I'm not actually using it in terms of entries or exits. I'm watching to see if we can get a flood of orders in there that would help push my trade further along into the, the second and third, fourth level. So that's what that's all about. So let me watch JDST because it's on the move. JDST. All right, just in at 849 on JDST. You getting more snow? Oh my God. Wow, in the Dakotas. How much more snow you guys getting? Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me of that. Yeah, the Fed does talk today, don't they? Let's see here. Yeah, I wasn't looking at my calendar this morning. Yeah, just about the time we end the live broadcast, he's going to start talking. We may have some nice trades in our room this morning. Should definitely put some volatility in the market. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what I think they're going to continue to raise rates. I don't know about you, Glenn, but I think they're going to continue to raise rates. Now, if our analysis is right, we ran a study last night, and what we do is we look at 12,000. I think the way Nandish has it set up, he's the one who does all the programming. He runs against all the stocks. I think he says he looks at around 12,000 different stocks and looks for some patterns that are setting up. The majority of those patterns for those stocks are pointing down today, so it has a slight influence on the market. Maybe 60%. I mean, it's not a big advantage. It's a little advantage, but He is pointing for a down day today in the Dow, the overall market. So we'll see how that goes. You know, the thing with predictions is the shorter the time frame, the more accurate you can predict. The longer the time frame, it's harder to predict. So, you know, predicting what a market's going to do over 5 minutes or 10 minutes is a little bit easier than predicting what the market's going to do over a day or so. So, you know, we look at those things and it says the market's going to be down today, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to go in there and just take sales. I mean, that's the other thing. I think a lot of people, and I see this a lot, and I still see it, even with people that have been trading for a while, is they look at all these different time frames. They look at a daily, and then they look at a week. You know, they look at maybe a weekly, a daily, a 4 hour, a 1 hour, 5 minutes. They wait for them to all line up to get a buy or to get a sell. But you know, the majority of those trades are, if you want to have most successful trades, are going to be opposite to all of that. And if you think about it, if the weekly's up, the daily's up, the 4 hour is up, and you're getting a buy on a 5 minute, you're kind of buying at the top of the move, right? If you think about it, I don't think a lot of people think about that stuff.
CB traded Z28.
So yeah, and when it comes to short-term trading, most of your best trades are going to be anti the little bit longer term trend, because everybody's seeing the market. Everybody's trying to play that market to the upside if it's starting to move up. But some of your best trades are going to be shorts. Not always, but a lot of times if you're a scalper, you can do quite well fading those kind of moves. But at the same time, you want to go with the flow. So if the market's up, you can still have a nice little flow to the downside. And so you want to stay with that flow. You want to stay with that momentum, right? So the key is going with the momentum. Don't be concerned about the trend so much. Be concerned about the momentum. EHTH starting to pop up on my radar. But just not enough volume. Alright, there's the opening bell. Let's see what happens here. We have the Dow up 18. Very quiet opening. Oh, wow. JDST is exploding now. Let's go and take a look at JDST. Had a feeling that was going to happen. It just shot up above. It's taken off. JDST. Take a look at these levels up here. We got some levels. 852. Hit that. 860. 869. Nice volume spike. Now we're getting a little bit of... Now we're getting some volume down there. Look at that. Finally. The nice thing that I like about trading with Einstein is not only the accuracy of it, but it only involves two non-optimized parameters. Non-optimized means that you don't have to ever change the parameters because they're based on, these are based on patterns. And the other thing is they're universal, so these patterns work across the board, and it took us a long time to find that, because just because you may find a pattern, say if you're, a lot of people like to trade the E-mini S&P, right? I mean, that was always my favorite. You may find a pattern that works great, you know, when you do your studying, and but then it doesn't work in other markets. All right, so my belief is that if it just works in the S&P 500, it's probably not going to hold up in the future. You want to find something that works across the board. These patterns are universal. And like I said, it took us years to find them. It took me a long, long time. Einstein. JDST. Like I said, I did not develop Einstein. That was given to me by a very successful trader. He shared that with me because it was never publicly available. And with the combination of the patterns and Einstein, it's just a killer combination, as you can see. So JDST is on a big move here. So I'm going to just kind of manage this trade. And let's see, because we're coming up to 61. I do have my finger on the trigger. If I need to get out, I'm going to get out pretty quick. You can see JDST on my scanner is continuing to notify me of new highs. JDST has been the one to be in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lift on JDST, come back and revisit it, but I like my profit in here. All right, so the other one I was in earlier was VRAX. What's going on with VRAX? Nothing on VRAX. Okay, I'm getting a trigger on UNCY. UNCY. UNCY is a buy. I'm going to buy a little bit of UNCY. Big mover the other day, UNCY. Buying on UNCY in at 157. All right, target first is going to be, let's see here, 165. 165, target number one. Have a little bit lower target, 159. One 169. All right, And I have quite a few targets above that. But that should be enough to watch and see. UNCY.
The NOX.
And may see what's happening with my JDST. Already got out of JDST. We're probably going to go up here and maybe hit this additional level. I took my profit out of JDST. Watching IBIO if we can come up. Got a couple levels up here, 173 and 180. Both good entry points. IBIO. Don't like the volume on it though. Very low volume. 3-cent spread, bid ask. Okay, FSTX was another one I was watching. Yeah, I could see a low. It's already taken off, but 713. I see it coming up to at least 713. And then I got a few levels above that. I could see 713 on. But like I said, entry is already past my entry, so I'm not going to touch that. WW's on the radar this morning. WW's taken off. We just had a buy here right after the opening. I missed it because I wasn't able to catch it. And that has already gone through its targets. Can only trade so many of these. Are
WEBL, JDST.
Now JDST is moving to new highs. I'm still long UNCY.
WEBL.
That was on. I think that was moving yesterday. WEBL. Yeah, I've got some buys right now in W. Tell you what, I'm going to buy a little bit of WEBL. Not going heavy in WBL. Let's get some targets, and then I got to look at UNCY because it's taken off. All right, WBL, target number 1, 829. Then that brings me up to 831. 831. What's Einstein telling me? Let's see what else Einstein.
JDST.
JDST is running. Next one is 833. These are all on WEBL. All right, gives you 3 levels. I can go higher. I have more. UNCY, we're still long UNCY. Past target number 1, on our way to target number 2.
JDST.
Take a look at JDST. JD got out of JDST. Yeah, I mean, you know, hasn't quite gotten up to level number 4. I got out like around, I don't know what, 52, 53. Got out down here. left some on the table, but you know what? When it comes to trading, you're never going to pick the highs and the lows. I mean, that's just the way it is, guys. All right, UNCY is moving.
JDST.
QUOT.
Okay, so UNCY did hit first level. Next one is 65. Once again, these levels have nothing to do with support and resistance, has nothing to do with Fibonacci. The formula basically is designed around looking at the speed of momentum and then predicting how far a market's going to go based on that. You just have to look at that video. I go more into it. All right, so we're now hitting level number 3. So I'm going to get out up here at level 3. All right, I'm out of UNCY, and I just have a little bit of WEBL.
JDST.
JDST, I think, probably hit those upper levels. Let's take a look. I'm out of JDST. Yeah, see it? Almost. What is that level up here? 69. Came up to 60, yeah, 69 right there. Just hit level number 3 on JDST. JDST.
JDST.
JDST. All right, still on WEBL. So I'm going to try to get a video out later today. I apologize, it just gets so busy. I'm a one-man shop. My girl's not here. But I'm going to post the trade results for the last several days so you guys can see. So you can see the stocks that I'm trading and the results that I'm getting. Once again, this is just a combination of just really two different, I just have two different tools that I use. They're non-optimizable. It's just a combination of a pattern and a formula, and that's it. That is it.
INZY.
You don't have to get into watching all these indicators and waiting for crossovers and divergences and, you know, hitting a Fibonacci number and all this other stuff that people use. It's a pretty simple process. And I believe the simpler a trading method is, the more likely you're going to be a successful trader. Because when you make something complicated, if you put too many indicators in front of you, or if you're using too many tools, the problem becomes every time you add a tool, you add an additional level of stress to your trading. Okay, I mean, that's just the way it is. And you see these charts that have just a ton of indicators on there. I don't see, people can't trade like that. They can't make money like that. It's just way too stressful. And most people just can't do that. Most of your successful, if not all of your successful traders, are going to be price action traders. So they will look at indicators to give them an idea of what the public's doing, particularly the big institutions. They love to see what the public is doing because they love to take advantage of those levels so they can go ahead and flush out the public. And that's what they do. So that's the way it works. I mean, that's just kind of the reality of trading.
QOT.
QUOT. INZY popping up. Let's see what INZY looks like. That sounds real familiar. INZY. I still like the volume, 38,000. I mean, I've got patterns setting up. I don't want to jump into it though. 3-cent spread, bid ask, not enough volume. Stay away from that. IBIO starting to pick up a little bit. Starting to see a little bit more volume on that. I think a real good entry would be 173, 180, somewhere up there if it pops up and hits those levels. That's why I have some alerts in. I just want to see what it does if it does come up there.
LION.
Still in WBL, still looking to hit some of these upper levels, so that's still looking good for me. What is JDST? JDST, we know, hit level number 3. See, look, it just loves that third level. Fourth level, actually, that's the fourth level. AM. I don't like AM. I'm going to take that off my radar for today. FSTX. Ooh, look at that. What is that? Look at that. It's almost like a straight line. But you know what? It looks good on some of these patterns setting up here. Like I said, once again, I see a target sitting up here at, what's this, 13, 12, 13? 13, 713. But I don't want to buy it. WW, 7 million. A lot going on there. I think there may be some opportunities later on that. We're just going to keep that on the radar, but I don't have anything setting up right now. Looks like we may have a little pullback here. Maybe not much. All right. TDUP, another one that I was watching. Not seeing anything there. Maybe later on. Already out of UNCY. Had a really nice trade on UNCY. Done with that after hitting all those 3 levels. Look at that. Comes up to level number 3. And then she starts coming down. All right, so once again, Einstein, if you are a prior member, you can still upgrade to Einstein. Einstein will eventually be going away. I will not be offering it to too many people. And it will not be for sale, so you can still get into it if you want it, but I am going to keep distribution of it limited. There will be a disclosure you have to sign. It can't be used for commercial purposes. You can use it for yourself. You cannot share it. And it does come with a pretty hefty disclosure. So, anyway, I am going to be taking it off of the market. I don't know when. I'm not saying I'm doing it right now, but I will be taking it off of the market. So, if you're interested, get in now before that's done. I'll still offer the levels to our subscribers. I'll still be able to calculate those and provide those to our members. I'm watching WEBL. Let me see. Also, let's look at our natural gas. Natural gas. Still on natural gas. I don't think it ever, after this morning, did it ever? No, it never came back. Let me see, where is that level? 2580, about 2580. Yeah, it never came down far enough. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't be adding on yet. Natural gas, if I can get it down around 88, maybe I'll put an additional buy on, but right now, still hanging tight here. 26.65 target, 25.45 stop reverse. We are getting a short on RTY. Now this short has a much tighter stop on it. So let's take a look at RTY. RTY once again is going to be your mini Russell. All right. Target gonna bring us down to 1894. 1894. I call that my profit target. Profit target. Selling somewhere around here, around 1904. Reversal. Stop and reverse. This can be a 1909. Okay, so these patterns are being identified. I've got multiple screens on, and so the patterns are actually, I have too many screens here. But the patterns are being identified on some other charting that I'm looking at here. This particular short on RTY is what we call an HF2 short. HF2 short. So HF2 short brings me down to a target of 1894. If I reverse at 1909, actually I see a HF1 buy. We love HF1 buys. I love HF1 shorts, but HF1s tend to be a really strong setup. But anyway, we are short, so we'll see if we can get it down to 1894. Dow's up 14, pretty quiet. All your indices are just up a little bit. All right. So still long WEBL. Oh well, let's take a look at something here. I see something popping up on one of my other scanners. GOTU. Oh, I like that.
INCY.
Little late on this one. All the targets are pretty much hit. I have one that hasn't hit yet. And it looks like that's going to be a 38. Which, I mean, you're right there. 38. Did he hit it? I think I hit 37. Yeah, so It's already hit all the targets. That would be the last one, 38. So nothing on GOT, nothing on that GOTU. So when I'm running my scans, I run a lot of different scans. I run scans at night. And I see anything that's possibly setting up for the following day. I come in the morning and I use FinViz. I suggest if you're gonna get these scanners, don't use the free ones because the data is delayed. You can't trade like that. You just, they're not expensive. So I use FinViz. And I love Momo. Now Momo, if you guys are interested in using Momo, what I like about Momo is it gives me audible alerts and I can set parameters. So like on this one over here that you're looking at, I'm looking at stocks between $1 and $10. I can put in the afloat, I can put in the volume. I think I have a 500,000 set up on that. Because I do watch the markets pre-opening, pre-market. So sometimes you're not going to get 1 million pre-market. I mean, sometimes you do, but sometimes you can get some really nice ones. Even at 100,000, 200,000 shares. Particularly if it's been moving in the past. So it's a way of just getting a little bit early. But what I like about it is it gives me audible alerts, and I can have different voices. So what I do is I have like a female voice when it's making new highs, and then if there's any kind of halting, it'll give me halts. I have a man's voice. And so when I hear the man's voice, I know it's a stock that's being halted. So I have talked to them. I like what they do. I'm trying to work out a deal. If you guys want to get a hold of this, let me know. And I will try to get you a discount. I'm trying to get everybody a discount if they're interested because I'm a big believer in Momo. So if you're interested, drop me a line. You can go to my website, innovativetradingstrategies.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Tell me you're interested. And I'll try to get you guys a discount code so you guys can go ahead and sign up for it. And I think they give you free trial. I think they give you free trial, so you can do the free trial too. And then if you want to continue on, I'll try to get you a discount code. But it's one of the only products I've ever promoted, and I love it. It's just an awesome, awesome scanner. So, that being said, we've got about half a minute to go. I'm only in WEBL. Still in WBL. Still have my targets. This is a situation where, right, you're coming down. This is VWAP. I like to see what people are going to do in VWAP. A lot of people look at this as support, right? They'll start looking at the support. I still have some targets up here, right? I do have some reversal points, but it's going to be down here around, I don't know, I think it's down here somewhere around 73 or something, I think. But right now, still watching WEBL. We've got... We're still long natural gas, starting to come back up. I would have liked to add on that pullback, but I don't think it ever came down low enough for me to get in. And I don't think it ever came down low. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up. Once again, guys, if you like this, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. So I'll be able to continue doing this every morning for y'all. Once again, my results are not typical. I remember I've been trading this, been a trader for 40 years, but I can certainly, my methods are not difficult. If you want to learn, I'll be glad to teach you how to do it. You won't be disappointed because all my stuff is unique. You're not going to find it in a book. You're not going to find it somebody profit target hit. Anybody else selling it on the internet. Okay, wait a minute. We just hit our target. We just hit our target on the mini Russell. Nice. Okay, so we just took profit on mini Russell. So once again, these patterns, Einstein, extremely powerful. And I can also, I'm still teaching Einstein. That will be going away. And the best way to learn more is to go to my YouTube channel, Innovative Trading Strategies. If you have questions, website is the best way to get a hold of me, innovativetradingstrategies.com. Once again, remember, I'm an educator. This is for educational purposes only. Do not trade based on what you hear from me. Remember, there is a delay. So when we rebroadcast on YouTube, this is not, the live room is with Zoom. This is going through YouTube. So there's going to be a delay. All right. Our live room, there is no delay. So don't attempt to trade this. Don't attempt to follow anybody that's out there. Learn how to trade by yourself. Learn the methods. Don't just blindly follow somebody, because what good is that going to do you? All right. Let's say you had somebody that was a highly successful trader. There are some out there. What happens if they retire next week? Then what are you going to do? You have nothing. So just not a smart way to do it. Plus, you have to understand it instead of blindly following somebody, because you don't know what they're doing. Are they looking at the moon cycles? I mean, are they looking? Is their 5-year-old giving them signals every morning? I mean, you guys don't know. I mean, so you got to learn. You got to learn how this stuff works, and more importantly is, if you're going to be using a tool, whatever tool that is, what's the premise behind it? Does it make sense? Does it work across the board? If you have to optimize it, you have to change parameters. I'd stay away from it, because that is not going to hold up in all markets. It's got to be universal. So there's a lot of things you want to be looking at before you just jump in and start trading. So you really, best way to do is start on a simulator or a demo account, and you've got to be profitable there before you ever do that. So once again, I'm not an advisor. I do not trade people's money, and this is for educational purposes only. All right, got the disclosure out of the way. Everybody have a good day. We'll be back at it again tomorrow morning. Y'all take care.